Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel, U.S. Immigration. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about Trump administration aiming for 600,000 deportations in 2025. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. President Donald Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, said Wednesday that the administration is expecting that 600,000 immigrants will be deported this year. Speaking at Axios Future Defense Summit, Homan said U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement was on track to reach that number, following a spike in arrests of alleged illegal immigrants. Why it matters. Homan's claim follows a DHS statement earlier in October that it had so far deported over 500,000 people, while continuing to not publish public data on removals. Trump promised to carry out mass deportations on his return to the White House, but ICE has struggled at times with detention capacity and having enough resources to carry out deportations. What to know? While ICE has a record number of immigrants in its detention centers across the country, following a rapid increase in targeted enforcement activities, the next part deporting individuals remains a point of tension. Trump's deputy chief of staff and driving force of immigration policy, Stephen Miller, was reported to be unhappy with the pace of arrests and removals earlier in the summer and was putting pressure on DHS to accelerate them. The external messaging has been that deportations are taking place, and at a rapid pace. In September, data from ICE obtained through FOIA requests showed a steady rise in people self-deporting, with roughly 145,000 immigrants deported by ICE between January and July. In the months since, ICE has been given a major financial boost through the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, allowing the agency to ramp up operations. However, since January, public data has not been made available on the Department of Homeland Security's website, as it was for several years, making it harder to track removals. Homan said that 548,000 had been removed from the U.S. so far in 2025 under Trump, between ICE and its border counterpart, Customs and Border Protection. Homan believed that meant 600,000 was possible by the end of the calendar year. Trump has been vocal in wanting to deport more than any of his predecessors. Under former Presidents Barack Obama and Joe Biden, deportations and removals were relatively high. Obama was seen as deporter-in-chief, having removed over 5.3 million during his 8 years in office. Over 4.6 million people were removed from the U.S. between January 2021 and November 2024 during Biden's presidency, while Trump oversaw 2.1 million removals during his first term. This likely includes more interior arrests and removals than occurred under Biden, and is perhaps approaching the Obama administration's interior removals levels, but without the broken-down data, it is hard to know. But 600,000 itself would not be a record. The border czar was grilled by Axios' Brittany Gibson about data, after he said on Wednesday that over 70% of ICE detainees were convicted criminals or those with pending charges. She said that data shared with Congress showed the opposite, that the majority do not have criminal convictions. Homan said that data was behind, and that DHS considers those with immigration violations to be criminals, while others were fugitives or national security threats who all needed to be deported. Gibson raised the issue of the conduct of ICE agents, which has come under increasing scrutiny in recent months, asking Homan if he had broken car windows when seeking a suspect during his time as an agent. He said yes, adding that officers were doing the same as they had been for 40 years. Homan also sought to reassure the audience that standards remain high for new recruits, following reports that ICE applicants had failed fitness tests and other vetting processes, and added that some had been relieved of their duties. What people are saying. Assistant DHS Secretary Tricia McLaughlin, in a statement to Newsweek on Thursday, "This is just the beginning. Trump and Secretary Noam have jump-started an agency that was vilified and barred from doing its job for the last 4 years. In the face of a historic number of injunctions from activist judges, ICE, CBP, and the U.S. Coast Guard have made historic progress to carry out Trump's promise of arresting and deporting illegal aliens who have invaded our country. Additionally, illegal aliens are hearing our message to leave now or face the consequence. Migrants are now even turning back before they reach our borders. Migration through Panama's Darien Gap is down 99.99%. Tom Homan, speaking to Axios' Brittany Gibson in Washington, D.C. If you're in the United States illegally, you're not off the table. If we find you, we're going to arrest you. What happens next? With increased funding, ICE is growing its staffing and detention space. It is likely that Trump supporters will still be looking to see if a rise in deportation numbers will follow. If executed, the mass deportation effort could reshape U.S. immigration policy and trigger widespread political and humanitarian debate, testing both legal boundaries and public response in the coming year. Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.